Quay Martell wants to know. This trans man just told me he was versed, and I'm a little confused because what? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, but what? Something that I think Quay don't realize is what we've just been talking about for the past 10 minutes at least. We have enough stuff to deal with, Trey, for you to be coming online and having a whole bunch of actual questions. If you had any questions, why didn't you ask that trans man that you was having this conversation with? I'm confused. Like, it's all. I see why people responded negatively to this, because it's just like, why did you post this? If you really have these questions, why didn't you contact the trans man you know? And again, why didn't you have this conversation with the trans man when he brought it up? Because ain't no trans man probably bring it up. You probably seen some trans men talking about it online, or you was probably trying to get freaky with somebody, or you probably got questions and curiosity. But of course, the brothers wasn't feeling it. The brothers wasn't feeling it, and I ain't mad at them, because it's one thing for us to have these conversations amongst ourselves, but it's a whole nother thing when the cisgender man got so much smoke for some shit that ain't got nothing to do with him. Run it.
Yeah, so let me explain this to y'all. I don't have to explain that to a motherfucking nobody. That's number one, okay? I'm waking up to all these motherfucking messages and shit, acting like I'm just hating on the motherfucking trans community. Let me explain something to you. This was not a hate on the trans community. If y'all read the motherfucking post, this had nothing to do with no hate or trying to make something funny. I never fucking laughed about it. I never did any of this. I don't have to explain shit to none of y'all motherfuckers. That's number one. Number two, the person that I was speaking about, I don't have no type of sexual relationship with them. Don't want to have no type of sexual relationship with them. Me and him was having a conversation, and he said to me, he don't use straps, and he's not getting bottom surgery, and he's still versed. Explain it to me. All the trans people that's sitting there talking about, oh, this, that, and the third, oh, you're making a joke out of trans people. I'm not making no fucking joke out of no trans people. The problem is that y'all so fucked up, and y'all always talking shit to each other.
We so fucked up. The problem is us. The problem ain't him. The problem ain't how he worded the question. It ain't how he answered the question. It ain't the fact that he had the question. It ain't the fact that he didn't have the whole full conversation. For one, I think he bullshit, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't think it was no conversation, because I think you got so much motherfucking smoke for people on the internet. Why you ain't had that same smoke for this motherfucker you was having a conversation with? Huh? We the problem.
Or talking about each other that y'all think somebody trying to attack y'all. It's not even that fucking serious. Explain to me, still none of y'all have, explain to me how this trans man does not have bottom surgery and is not going to get it, and does not use straps. How you verse? Explain that to me, and then we can have a conversation. Until then, stay the fuck off my page, y'all. Seriously.
No, you stay the fuck up out of our business, and we'll stay the fuck up off your page. See, that be the problem with a lot of you cisgenders. That be the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all want to flip, turn, reverse, make us the villain when y'all are talking about us. We didn't send for you. No, nobody asked you to have this tape. Nobody asked you to have an opinion. And again, why didn't you have this conversation with the person who brought it up? Why is you bringing it to the internet? Because I think you BS, and I think you was trying to be cute, and I think the bros caught you out, and I think the bros clocked your set. She a ballroom girl, ain't she? I bet you, I don't recognize her, but I bet you she a ballroom girl, ain't she? And don't get me wrong, I understand the question. I've had the question before. That's how I know. All you have to do is ask. Any trans person with common sense knows that the way that we interact in the bedroom is not going to be common sense for the average person. Because a lot of y'all have average IQs and can't think outside of a box. You know? We the problem, Quay. Because we come for each other. First of all, that ain't got nothing to do with you. When black people having a conversation, white people need to stay out of it. And when trans people having a conversation, cisgender people need to stay the hell up out of it. Don't you worry about what we do amongst each other. You worry about what you doing. And why you find it so necessary to worry about whether trans men are verse or not. Because if you ain't got no interest in having an interaction with them, then why do you care? Why is this even a conversation for you? I'm not sitting up and trying to understand how pedophiles operate and process, and because I don't want to know. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? I have no interest in knowing how cis people have they boring straight sex. Because I'm not interested. Ciao, honey. Bros hops on it. Shout out to Shakir, honey, who took the time to break the tea down, and I'm glad that Shakir did. You know, that's why we're going to use this as a educational moment. He enlightened Quay and all of us. You know, trans man. Essentially, you can pause to read, but essentially, trans man who is verse, who doesn't have bottom surgery, and not strapping up. It could be because of bottom growth. They could be somebody who likes to hump. That's really a thing. They like friction against their little meat. It would be the same, essentially the same things that any other man with a small penis is trying to do. That's what they mean by verse. You gonna have to interact with that thing. Yeah, essentially, yeah, in so many words, honey. Pause the read. Yes, child.